All right, what's up, guys? Coming at you with our first episode of Coffee Talk. In this case, Kombucha Talk. So, cheers. Last week, I was joking around a little bit with some of you guys about the Quarantine 15, and that's something that's been floating around quite a bit recently. I've seen on social media and stuff like that. The Quarantine 15, everybody's gaining that extra 15 pounds of weight because of stress associated with the lockdown and everything that's going on, and because everybody's out of their normal routines, and so we're not eating like we normally would. We're not on the same kinds of routines that we normally would be. Maybe we have a lot more time on our hands, that kind of stuff, for some of us. So that might be, and it's true, that might be some of the reasons why a lot of us are noticing maybe that we've gained a little extra weight compared to where we would normally sit, right? And so I wanted to talk today about some strategies to implement and help you to deal with that, right, in terms of getting rid of a little bit of excess body fat. So a lot of times when people approach this topic, the common mindset is really about what do I need to eliminate, what do I need to take away out of my diet in order to accomplish that goal of losing some weight. And I find that's really sort of a negative mindset, and can set you up for something that's really not sustainable long term, partly because is that negative mindset associated with it, and because when we're starting to remove things from our diet, then we're leaving holes behind, and it can be difficult to figure out what am I going to fill those in with afterwards, in terms of creating a healthy way of eating, a healthy meal, or a healthy meal plan. So for me, I like to kind of take that and turn it on its head and really take a positive approach and think about what are the things that I need to be adding in to my diet, into my meals, to kind of help to push out some of the things that I maybe shouldn't be eating as much of. And so the more I can bring in these good things, the more I'm going to fill up my meals and my day's worth of eating with these good foods, and the less room there's going to be for a lot of these other things that maybe I wanted to cut out in the first place. So there's two easy ways that we can approach that and get that happening. So the first one really is just making sure you're drinking enough water in a day. And that's just a really easy one. Probably, I would say a goal would be anywhere from 1.5 to 2 liters of water a day. And there's a couple of ways you could do that. One would be to get a nice big water bottle that can hold that kind of volume, fill it up, and then make it a goal to kind of get through that water by the end of your day. Or if you've got a smaller water bottle, then figure out how many times do I need to fill this thing up, and drain it in a day to make sure that it ends up equaling out to that 1.5, 2 liters, right? And it's helpful to give yourself targets along the way. So whether you've got lines marked off on that big bottle, quarter bottle, half bottle, 3/4 done, right? And I need to say by 11 a.m. or lunchtime, I need to have a quarter of this done, and then by 2 o'clock, I'm halfway through, and so on. Or, by lunchtime, I need to have filled and then drank this thing twice or something like that. And then that just kind of helps you to break it up so that you're not stuck at the end of the day with this massive amount of water that you need to drink, and end up waking up in the middle of the night having to go to the bathroom, right? So that's one of the easiest things you can do, is just get more water in, kind of make sure that you're flushing your body out. And oftentimes when we feel like we're hungry, it can actually be that we're just thirsty and we need to hydrate and stay hydrated. So that's an easy one. And then number two would be making sure that you're getting enough vegetables in your diet on a day, right? On a daily basis, because these guys are extremely high nutrient value and low calorie, high fiber, right? Fiber has 0 calories. So the more of these foods that are high fiber, lots of water in there, lots of nutrients, so that you're not missing out on getting those nutrients, but they're very low calorie. They're going to fill you up, give you the basics, the vitamins and minerals and things that you need for your body to function optimally, but you're not putting in these carb heavy, processed fast foods, things like that tend to be the opposite, that are very high calorie dense, low nutrient value, and they're just basically empty carbs, empty calories that you're filling up on. So the sky's the limit with this stuff, right? Like, my favorites are omelets. You can throw pretty much anything in an omelet: peppers, mushrooms, zucchini, onion, you name it, green onion, chives, all that kind of stuff. You can make tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, things like that. You can make an awesome omelet with all kinds of stuff in there. Stir fries, again, you've got, all the same ones that I just mentioned, plus carrots and broccoli and cauliflower, and there's just it's unlimited as far as the variety that you can come up with as far as getting those veggies in, right? And there's a mosquito flying around me. Country living. Like just the more vegetables that you can get in as part of meals, and then also as part of snacks. So, chopped up carrot sticks, peppers, celery sticks. I love celery sticks. I'll put some peanut butter or some cream cheese or something in those, and I'm not too worried about the extra calories that are coming from that, good fats and things like that. And then including some fruits and things in there as part of snacks, nuts and seeds, that kind of stuff is fantastic, again, for making sure that you're getting all the basics without too much extra, right? And we could spend a lot of time talking about healthy fats and quality protein and stuff like that, but I think for today the important thing is just focusing on the amount of veggies that we're getting in, and sort of looking at the plate method in Canada, where we've got half our plate coming from fruits and vegetables, and then a quarter of our plate coming from starchy foods, and a quarter of the plate coming from proteins. And that's a great way to think about organizing your meal, right? And oftentimes what I'll do is I'll double up. So normally, let's say, a dinner is going to have your salad and then your rice and then your meat of whatever kind. I'll just double up on the veggies, and so skip the rice, and I'll have a salad, and then I'll have some, stir-fried vegetables, or vegetables on a skewer, shish kebab style on the barbecue, a coleslaw, something like that, with a salad. There's lots of ways that you can do 2 rounds of veggies plus your protein, and just skip those heavy starchy foods altogether, right? So something to think about there, and when you take that side of the coin and then mix that in with physical activity of some sort, and again, we could get into talking about what's better. Do we do long bouts of steady state cardio to burn off the calories, or let's get into doing some short duration high intensity interval training, resistance training, kind of jack up our metabolism, get that window of extended calorie burning going on throughout the day, that kind of thing. Whatever, they're both good, right? As long as I'm doing something. If I'm eating enough food throughout the day, I'm making sure that I'm getting my caloric requirements in, and I'm fueling my body so that I've got energy, I feel good, I can focus, and get in there and put in some activity, some exercise, whatever it may be, then I'm really kind of hitting it from both sides. And if I'm deciding to maybe break up that physical activity throughout the day, or I'm doing one really good workout and then saying, okay, like I've got that done and checked off the list, and I'm good to go for the rest of the day. Either or, right? So again, it's really just about kind of trying to incorporate these things into your routine as much as you possibly can. I always say the things that you do or that you're exposed to the most often are going to have the greatest impact on your health and your well-being, for better or for worse, right? So the more that we can kind of work these things in as frequently as possible, that just means they're going to have that much more of an impact on our health and our well-being. And that's really where food and exercise are so powerful, because we do have a lot of control over them, with a ton of control, in terms of how and what we choose to do and what we choose to eat, right? And we can't say that about necessarily all of the variables in our lives that impact our health and our wellness. So take advantage of the ones that we do have and really kind of use them to our advantage to get the most out of them possible. So that is Coffee Talk for today, and I'll see you guys again next time. Take care.